What's good, YouTube? Mario Devon back with yet another video. We're sitting here, I'm trying to tell y'all I'm on this thing, man. I'm in this thing, man. I'm committed to getting these videos to you. So this is gonna be a shorter video, but I wanted to make sure I share this because I got a lot of requests on TikTok and also Instagram about this look. And I was told, hey Mario, you better bring this thing over here and talk to us about it too. So here I am. I'm here talking to you about this photo shoot that I did with my friend Alexis. Now, the reason why this is different is because typically we use a lot of drama. We use a lot of that natural light look. We use a lot of, we use the gobos and snoops, but this time we didn't use any of that. We have color, we have texture in this shoot. So we're gonna be talking about color and texture a lot in this. This is my friend Alexis. She is, to me, I think she's a professional model. She's not a professional model, but she's been literally in photo shoots as a professional model, but I digress. But she has beautiful skin tone, beautiful hair. She just has, the eyes, like she has an entire look and a vibe. But the other thing is she has a very fun personality, just a lot of vibrancy. So we decided to go with this look. She sent me this inspo. I'm gonna show you all the inspo too. Again, just like every video, we have fun makeup, we have fun texture. And I'm like, man, what can we do? The other thing is we're gonna be using props in this video. We're gonna be using color and again, texture. Now, I'm gonna give you a heads up. The BTS is actually, it's okay. And the only reason I'm saying it's okay is because I shot everything in vertical for Instagram and I didn't know I was gonna share it here. So you're gonna see like two sides of this thing going on and you may see some repeat, but I got you, okay? I promise you I got you. But these photos are so good that I had to share here. Again, because a lot of you are on my neck about not giving you a breakdown on YouTube. So here we go. So keep in mind, this is going to be a 3 light setup. There are multiple ways you can do this lighting setup, but we're gonna be using continuous lighting yet again. We're gonna be introducing some techniques that you don't really see me do, but I do them for other clients, but I haven't shared it on here on YouTube. The whole goal here is we're trying to get this tealish, bluish tone onto the wall. We're using a white backdrop. We don't have a blue backdrop with us. So therefore, we're gonna be bouncing light on the wall. So typically, if I'm in a studio with a lot of supplies, they may have a V-flat. I'd love to do this with a V-flat. We don't have a V-flat today, so we're gonna use an umbrella. Yes, sir. We're gonna take it back to when we originally started doing this photo thing. We're gonna be using a freaking umbrella. So now we're gonna be using the Amaran 300C and the 150C for its purpose. So now we're gonna actually use the RGB feature. We're gonna change it to that color. We're gonna change it to that bluish, tealish look. I'm gonna put it into the umbrella. Keep in mind, you have to shine that color into the umbrella and it's going to reflect onto the wall. Now, the reason why we're doing it that way is because the umbrella has this bold shape. And what I wanna do is be able to at least, like in some type of way, not have the light spill on the model so much. I do want it to hit her a little bit, but I don't want it to literally spill on her. So that is the reason why I'm using something like an umbrella. Again, if you want to completely eliminate it, you can use something like a V-flat. V-flats are extremely useful when you want to bounce on the inside as far as the white side of the V-flat and you want to bounce any lighting, but also you can shine light from it and then you can pretty much hide the lights inside of the V-flat and you can shine it and you have your negative field, your black side that's going to keep everything blocked. It is incredible. I love using V-flats. But if you have some type of other bounce board that can also diffuse or block light, you could do that too. Things like barn doors are another thing that are really useful, but in this case, I don't want to cut light. I want to direct light. That's the difference. All right. That is, we can get some terminology now. Directing light and cutting light are completely different. Cutting light is literally cutting the light so you don't see it, and directing the light is pretty much turning the light in the direction and having it bounce where you want it to bounce specifically. But yeah, there you go. Now the key light is going to be the Amaran 150C. I'm actually going to be using my softbox again. The way we're gonna set it up, typically I love to set it, softboxes this size, about 45 degrees, that Rembrandt, maybe even split lighting. This case, we're gonna do something different. You know how you use a beauty dish. You have the beauty dish right here that comes down and you're trying to get that nice shadow, and that's the look I want. I really want some nice shadows underneath Alexis's chin. Now I do wanna make sure she's well lit, not just in the face, but also her dress. She has this colorful dress on. I wanna make sure we see everything. So how do we do that? I use this large softbox and I I set it up like a beauty dish. So we pretty much get a boom arm. We're gonna get that boom arm, we're gonna have it hanging pretty much above me. And above me is going to be, I mean, it's a large softbox, but I have it pretty much directed down onto Alexis. I'm not using any grid because I don't want shadows. I want the shadows here, but I also want to make sure it wraps around her face very nicely. And again, I love the look. Like, oh, you're gonna be seeing the photos throughout the time and just me setting it up. I love the look of this, and it's gonna make me now use this large softbox like a beauty dish more often. I love the way this thing looks. So the setup so far is we have the large softbox set up like a beauty dish, and then we have the Amaran 300C shining against that umbrella, bouncing that bluish light onto the wall. Light 3, and this is important. Okay, light 3 is important because you want to have something that is going to give her a glow, and you want something that's going to pull her from the background. And that's the reason why I use some type of lighting, and I'm using a reflector in this case. Now, this light is not an RGB light. This is one of my favorite, most portable lights that I have. This is that SmallRig RC220B. This is the updated version. This new update is completely modern. It's a very new design chassis. They killed it with this thing. Like, I'm impressed at how good this thing is. But the beauty of it is the portability. And that's the fact that you can add a V-mount battery directly to the back of the light, and it is 220 watts. So from there, quickly I grabbed that, and I'm like, I know exactly what I need. And I should tell her when we're shooting, I say, yo, you need a hair light, because I really want the glow on the shoulders. I want the glow here, and I want that hair light. I want to pull it. So I do elevate that light to make sure it's hitting her hair, because obviously, look at her hair. We have to make sure it looks nice on the hair. And then from there, we just get to working. We get the going, we get the posing, and I'm using that Sony A7CR with a 35mm. I'm also using my A7IV with that 50mm. I'm making sure that I'm getting close, I'm getting wide, I'm getting some up close portraits too, because I love the way that portrait was looking. And she's just posing. And you can see in all the photos how the lights are reacting and how they are complementing her. If you look at the color of the dress, think about your color wheels, think about your color contrast, think about your color charts. The dress is orange. We have this tealish look. You know how we feel about orange and teal. But the thing that I love the most is the way her skin tone accents with the lighting. Like, the skin tone and the lighting to me stands out far more than the dress. Like, I love the way it all blends together. So eventually we're like, yo, let's have some more fun. So we start introducing candy. So she brought cotton candy. Listen, she's trying to get your boy fat in there because I had so much cotton candy. She brought the cotton candy, she brought gum, she brought sucker. So we use this stuff as texture. I'm gonna tell you the last thing she brought we're gonna be using last, but I love that texture. So now let's talk about texture. Sometimes you gotta add a little pizzazz to a shoot. And in this case, Alexis is very spunky. She has this personality. So let's play with different things like gum. So she blows bubbles from the gum. Then the other thing is, and my favorite, is the additional colors that we added to the look. And that additional colors came from the lollipops. These lollipops were so colorful. They were just the typical round lollipops that you know. And we have for posing, we have a little bit more personality. So now Alexis is playing with the sucker. She's playing with the lollipop. She's smiling with it. She's biting on it. She's using it to cover her eyes. She's doing all kinds of things. But the other thing is we're having fun. We're seeing different parts of her personality come through, but we're also seeing different parts of her, I would say her physical features come through, because here we go. Now we have, you see her gap in her teeth. Like, that stuff is that adds to the texture of a shoot, I think. Okay. And I just think that it too. And it just brings so much vibrance to a shoot, makes it very different, but it also is it's a beautiful shot. These are beautiful photos where we get more of the character that we are also portraying in the photo shoot. So that is my tip for you. Looking at the inspo, you could see that, we had ideas, but she decided, hey man, if we're gonna have fun, if we're gonna add this color, allow your models to have fun. That's the other thing, guys. I know we get all married to our ideas, and we're all creative and stuff. Allow your models to be creative too. Sometimes you meet models that actually can input and add to your idea. I didn't tell her to bring that candy. I didn't even know she's gonna be bringing candy. She brought that candy. When I saw it, I said, ooh, my brain just started working. I'm like, oh yes, oh, I can see it. But I didn't see it at first. She saw it and she brought the candy. So I'm just telling you, advice there, guys, allow your model to do some things. Sometimes they have great ideas. I know sometimes they don't have great ideas, but sometimes they have incredible ideas, okay? Like most of the time, my models have incredible ideas. I don't know who y'all working with. The last thing is we used bubbles. So we were trying to actually get bubbles going. Alexa's doing her thing. We're trying to get them to actually fall upon her. So we tested it out many times. She blew them while she was standing and they were great. Sometimes we just kept missing. It just wasn't enough bubbles. Again, we ain't been blowing bubbles all our life. We ain't been blowing bubbles since we were kids. So come on now, we're amateurs now. So she's blowing the bubbles while standing and we're still getting, you know, a couple of good shots in there. But we're like, man, how do we make it really work? So now we're like, we got to change up the lighting. I didn't want to change up the lighting too much, but we're just like, let's get low. How about you blow the bubbles high and then from there you get low and then the bubbles come down, and that was perfect. So to make that adjustment, all I literally had to do was take my lights and just bring them down to be where she was going to be when she squat down for the photos. We can keep the lighting the same when it came to the Amaran 300C that was bouncing that color to the wall. So now I had to take my large softbox, and even though, you know, it is large, I still want to make sure she is properly exposed. So I bring that big old softbox down, and then we still, of course, have that hair light. And then boom, we just created magic. These are some of my favorite photos that I've captured this entire year. I love the way it looks. I love the vibe of it. Like this is just the exact look that I was wanting from this photo shoot. So yeah, I think we did some cool stuff. So there you go. Again, like from my Instagram, you know, people were on my neck, said, hey Mario, you need to post this on YouTube. And I'm like, you're right, man, my bad. You know, it's easy to find on YouTube. You can come back and reference it. I know, I put it up. Okay, I did it. All right, get off my neck. But either way, let me know what you think of these photos. I like these photos. You may hate them, but I love these photos. I love the way they look. And again, I'm glad that we were able to do this lighting setup just so you can see a little bit something different than the typical snoots that I like to use that I've been showing off those type of looks. Let me know in the comments below if there are any other looks that you want to see on the channel, if there are any other gear that you want me to review. What let me know what you want to see, because I'm here not only to teach you about gear, but I'm also here to teach you about the skill of cinematography and photography. So let me know if there's anything specific that you want to see on this channel. But either way, like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video. I love y'all.